Hey, how's it going, bros? My name is Peter Pan.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Hey, what is up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about one of the most deranged MamaMax fanboys that I have ever seen. For brief context of this situation from my view, I watched MamaMax's latest video talking about his side and the one on Mutahar. Note, I did some skimming here and there, so I probably missed certain stuff due to how long it was, and I might need to go through a second watch if needed. TLDR of both of these videos, MamaMax is still a piece of shit and a terrible Chris Hansen wannabe, but hey, good to know that he isn't the only piece of shit, I guess. After watching these videos, I scrolled through the clipped live Reddit and found a Reddit thread essentially about two retards fighting. Apparently a Max critic and a fanboy were going at it in the video of Max exposing Mutahar. After seeing this, I just had to see how this whole fight went down. Note, I did find the original thread as one of the top comments. This Reddit thread pretty much compiles everything as far as I know.
Keep in mind this video is 3 hours long, meaning he likely spent weeks on this. He has spent more time on this video than his entire vampire cult investigation. We have more information from this guy about his drama with Mutahar than whoever the fuck Camden Gerard Davis is. Let that sink in.
You know what, man, I agree. After seeing Max's video, he does spend more time and effort with his drama responses to people than he does for his investigations. I also agree with the implication here that Max doesn't give a shit or not enough shit about his investigations. Let's now see how the Silver Kid handles this.
To anyone actually paying attention, we already know, you on the other hand, have no idea why that is. Let that sink in.
So right off the bat, he is already stating we don't know why that is. He also is essentially begging the question about us not knowing anything without telling us what that thing is, and also trying to imply OP is wrong. In my honest view, I think we all know why that is. Max is a shit predator hunter and investigator. He doesn't know how to properly collect actual good evidence and do a proper investigation. He has to actively lie or show his dumbass incompetence on his videos and streams. Nicholas's video covers this stuff well in these two uploads about Max. Yes, it is nearly a 2-hour watch. But trust me, it goes in depth of how Max has lied or showed terrible incompetence through his predator hunting career. Some examples grabbed from these videos include Max claiming to have caught one predator named Pablo Sonny, but later claims he doesn't remember. Next, he claimed that the Cameron survivor stories are consistent, but later admits that he never even fully verified their stories, and claimed or insinuated that he is not leading the investigation against Cameron when he obviously is the only one doing so.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. Is there more information that OP is missing or leaving out that weakens his statement?
You know what? My man is asking the good questions here. Will our fanboy Silver here respond to this question throughout this entire conversation?
No.
LOL, bad bait kid.
What a surprise. In typical fanboy fashion, he believes asking a genuine question is baiting. This behavior is typical of someone that is afraid to get challenged when they make their claims.
I'm sorry, I asked a genuine question asking if you knew any information that weakens what Firstborn has said about Max spending more time and collected more evidence on Mutahar than the cults he investigates, which seems to be much worse than the Mutahar situation, plus implying that Max doesn't care enough about the cults he investigates, out of maliciousness or negligence. And you call that bait? That's pretty bold coming from someone like you who claims/implies to know information that OP is leaving out or wrong about how and why that is the case, but go out of your way to call someone a baiter after they question you for your claims. How about you let that sink in for a moment? I expect your next response to be actually reasonable.
Bait?
To be honest, there's nothing much to say here aside from, yeah, the Silver Kid is a fucking hypocrite and he points it out well.
You should just watch the videos in their entirety of the videos, then brother, comparing his videos to the other bogus is clear as day. What exactly is it you want to confirm?
Yes, you heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Our fanboy here is pulling the do your own research card when they get questioned. It's almost like the fanboy here has nothing to back up what he just said. What a surprise. And I like how this Silver fanboy is asking what he wants him to confirm, when Hardcore literally stated in his previous replies that he wants you, Silver, to confirm whether or not OP's two statements are wrong or what was left out, which again he never does.
I did especially videos going against Max to get both sides and still came to the same two conclusions as OP. Hence why I asked ESP. when the saga of Max and his drama with others being long and easy to miss some stuff. So explain to me how again those two conclusions are wrong or things are left out. AKA Max spending more time and evidence on Muta than his hunt for terrible cults plus the implication Op gave. I am still waiting for a legit answer. Feel free to provide timestamps and VID references if needed.
Yeah, anyone that watches both Max's and his detractors videos know that Max is a piece of shit liar, or a piece of shit that doesn't know shit, but claims to know shit. Anyone saying otherwise has likely never seen nor comprehended the videos of Max's detractors.
I read through your rants. It doesn't answer a single thing nor disprove or go against the two conclusions Op and I made. So I don't see a point in your rant there.
Okay, this is the point where I got confused as fuck to what he was responding to. I suspected that he was reading Silver's comment that YouTube shadow banned, so I had to do a weird ass workaround and eventually found the comment he was responding to. And this one is a little bit long, so I will tear it apart piece by piece.
All of you are just normal people claiming Max is lying just like other YouTubers. The same people who have clearly done this in the past for clout, which is presented as evidence through text of Max's own accord.
You serious?
You know, man, if calling people out for lying and other shit they pulled is considered clout chasing, then I consider that base, especially when many of them are true. Also, what the fuck are you talking about normal people? Like, are YouTubers not normal people too? Anyway, even if people were doing this for clout, they can still be correct.
It don't matter if Max was in the wrong for judging his friends, because they were doing the same thing to him. The fact, it's not our business.
Okay, classic, I just made up a no you defense, but that's cool.
Also, you stated is not our business, but yet you are here talking about it in public just like Max did. So it has now become our business. Shocker, I know. If you believe it is not our business, then you would have to agree that Max should not have publicly made the video on his friends, but rather handled it behind the scenes in private.
The only other facts represented by all of this is through Max, and the allegations thrown at him.
Well, my guy, those facts clearly wasn't enough to help Max from being exposed as a liar and or incompetent predator hunter, and those allegations had tons of facts, as pointed out by Nick's video I linked.
Along with the crippling career path he is intent on following, which he wouldn't do if he wasn't an honest and helpful character.
You know, Silver, there is a thing called being delusional. You can be a delusional person that has a crippling career path, dishonest, and be unhelpful at the same time. Even if that wasn't the case, then he is at best very dangerously incompetent, especially when all of his investigations have failed. He also potentially let predators off scot-free.
The only survivor to speak against Max is Spencer, which only proves Max's points in the matter as a whole. People reached out to Max for help, and Max reached out to others for support.
Yeah, guys and gals, remember, speaking out against somebody is apparently clout chasing. Yeah, you got a bullseye on the whole squad there, homie. And my advice to those people who reach Max for help, don't fucking do it. You will regret it sooner or later. He has already let down alleged victims like Spencer and the other Cameron victims, including potential victims of Sunny. Don't fall into his bullshit lies or terrible incompetence.
Max was also part of a children's organization that he was clearly chased out of by people like you, who throw empty allegations because you watched a drama video about their reasons for not approving someone anymore.
In terms of him getting chased out of his volunteer job, yes, I am very much against this. You can crap on Max for many reasons, but I don't think you should go about ruining his life like this. However, to suggest that the allegations and reasons for those allegations are empty is also dumb as shit. I recommend you look up the video I linked, homie.
In the end, Max was just someone trying to spread light on a common problem many of us face with society, and you all black-sheeped him for it.
First of all, no. Max wasn't just trying to do that, he was trying to be a great value version of Chris Hansen or Chef Goldstein. To say otherwise is just plain dishonest, as you are leaving those details of his predator investigations out. Again, like him trying to catch people like Cameron or Sunny. And even if that was the case, he did a shit job of executing it. And if you consider us calling out for his bullshit as black sheeping, then yeah, that's pretty based.
Anyone who protects predators is my enemy as well. Y'all are wrong, but that's okay too. We live our lives dealing with sheep, but we will explain best we can.
Yeah, and anyone who consistently fails to get predators off the street, lets them roam the streets to potentially hunt for more victims, and refuses to improve are also my enemies. You keep saying we are wrong, but don't explain why. But that's okay, guys. Fanboys will be fanboys. Yeah, if calling out others for legit stuff is considered sheep, then again, I consider it once again.
Base?
In this part, Hardcore essentially just repeats stuff that I already said and pretty much agreed with already, so we'll move on to what Silver says next. So Silver here just challenges him to another debate in one paragraph, but the other one is interesting.
Investigations by civilians is not only difficult, it's also almost impossible without the legal resources to do so. I'm sure I have to make this point clear for you. You are a civilian, as is everyone in this freaking comment section, alongside Max. With that said, Max is limited to legalities and resources. Reaching out to the common people, along with keeping tabs within the systematic support backed by the legal authorities. So enlighten me, homie, what you know about Max that I don't.
Yeah, I agree that civilians' investigations in this nature are difficult but not impossible. Like you said, you should have legal resources to do so, or at least have some close communications with legal people, like cops. This is to ensure they are arrested on the spot and face justice like what Chris Hansen or Chef Goldstein does. Not only that, you have to make sure the evidence you have is enough and incriminating, and have some good process to get that evidence, which is obviously something Max has a troubling time with, especially with the Cameron and Sonny case. Again, this is covered in the videos I linked. Also, bro, who is here claiming they aren't a civilian? Like, no shit, Sherlock, you gonna tell me water is wet too? Also, you know who is also limited to legalities and resources? Chef Goldstein. And this motherfucker got predators arrested and locked up even after the EDP nonsense. And what has Max gotten over the past 5+ years? Fucking nothing. And it seems that Max didn't even do the things you recommend a civilian investigator should do. Also, I love how this dumb motherfucker is now asking people to provide proof for their claims after failing to do so when people ask proof for his claims. Fucking gold as fuck. So, Hardcore pretty much accepts the debate, while everything else is just trivial and pretty much talks about the civilian investigations that I already covered.
I'll be chillin' regardless of your response. I called you both out, and all you doin' is talkin' in circles and accusing me of ranting my own thoughts on the matters. Get over yourself, kid. I hope your next response is actually cohesive and digestible. Otherwise I'm about to read a redundant and falsely accused statement from you again. What a surpersis.
You called nobody out, and even if you did, you made the worst arguments possible. Also, talking in circles, bro, you have yourself to blame for that, for calling other people baiters and not explaining or proving your points when asked, and then still refusing to do it. Look in the mirror, homie. You then claim you aren't ranting. Then what the fuck was that huge ass run-on sentence you did bitching about people ruining Max's charity and saying shit about people doing this for clout? Also, bro, ain't nobody here throwing no false accusations, but again, he offers zero explanations for this. Also, the one throwing false accusations is you, including accusing others of doing this for clout. Oh, and that redundancy was because of you refusing to explain anything or back up the shit you say. What a fucking surprise. So, Hardcore now is asking to take it the DMs on Twitter or Discord or some shit like that. This is apparently due to how YouTube censoring works in the comment section. If you guys didn't know, YouTube can delete your comments without telling you, nor showing it as deleted on your end. However, it will not show up to others. For example, you type a heated reply in one of the top liked YouTube comment of a video. That comment may still be seen by you but not by others. You can test whether or not this comment is seen by going into Incognito tab and searching through that thread to see that your comment is gone. I will demonstrate this later. And since this video has gone long enough, I will just summarize the next final comments from these two people. So the first thing this fanboy tries to argue is literally just semantics about the word essay. Bro, no one is impressed, and if your dumbass read what Hardcore said, he literally put essay comment in quotes, meaning he wasn't being literal about it. He states that his comment wasn't deleted and tried on 2 different devices to confirm such a thing. Again, not correct as I stated before, and I will now show why. see that it is no longer there on the top comments, you can also sort it by new too to try to see that comment, but though good luck if the video has new comments pouring in per the hour. So all in all, you are wrong, your comment is deleted or at least shadow banned by YouTube. So quit dodging people's reasonable attempts to have a legit talk with you. And again, he continues to try to get Hardcore to show the evidence, but Hardcore can't because YouTube is legit removing his comment or shadow banning it. And here's the fucking kicker. He then states that he doesn't care. Motherfucker, if you don't care, why are you asking him to post evidence, challenging him to a debate, ranting, and writing responses to people challenging you? Like the jokes write themselves, dog. He then states that he called them out, which no, he didn't. And if he did a dog shit job at it. And states that he doesn't have to explain himself, essentially telling us he is a bullshitter. Then he goes on saying that you should back up your evidence when you attack someone's views. Though, let's be honest, you can also make logical arguments too with or without evidence when you attack someone's views. The ironic thing here is that he's attacking or challenging other people's views, but doesn't provide a logical explanation or any evidence for his claims. Moving on. Hardcore then pretty much calls him out for arguing semantics, which he did, then him wanting an open discussion, which is also true. Next, his callouts barely being good, not true, it was dog shit. Then saying that he doubts that he doesn't care and will respond soon after anyway, which both are true. Finally, he states that he can't back anything up, thus that is why he can't explain shit, which is also very much true. You know what's also funny? He eventually ends up showing his evidence in the thread, the first video I linked, ironically enough. And you know what Silver does instead? Yeah, he just makes a bunch of shitty emojis and just ignores it outright. And then after that, they just have a small emoji war or some cringy shit like that. So yeah, that is the end of that saga. If he ever responds, I hope he will at my name so I know he responds and then I can respond back if it's worth it. I doubt it though, since he claims to not give a fuck. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yes, I'm still waiting for that Parlo's pyrocynical expose to release, and I will likely be responding to it in potential video form or as I initially planned through the community posts. Anyway, see y'all next time, peace.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Gay!